Hi, I'm John Zimkus, and this is The City Show. The holiday season is coming upon us, and we've got two important guests today dealing with Christmas celebration. And the first one is the Lebanon Giving Tree, and we have the coordinator of that, Samantha Smythe, with us. Welcome, Samantha.
Thank you, John. It's great to be here.
What is the Giving Tree?
The Giving Tree is a program that is run by the city, administered in the city building. It's in its 33rd year. And it's a program where families in need can come in and sign their children up. We then put their children's name and clothing sizes on the actual Giving Tree that's located in the town hall building. And then the community comes in, shops for the children, brings the gifts back to us, and then we're able to distribute them to the families later in December before Christmas for their children.
Now, what is the age limit for this?
18 years or graduated from high school. So whichever comes first. It was 18, but some children will be over 18 before they graduate from high school. So anybody birth to graduation or 18.
Are there qualifications?
The families must live in the city of Lebanon. So that's our territorial qualification, I suppose. The school district, I misspoke there. The school district. The children must live in the school district. And there is an income qualification. The families must show some type of need. We try to work with them as much as we can to get everybody on the tree who wants to be.
Now, as far as the public giving, what's the requirements for that?
Absolutely nothing. So there is no minimum spending limit. There's no maximum spending limit. Whoever wants to come in can come in and pick a child and buy them as much as they want, as little as they want. We do ask that our shoppers wrap the gifts, that they come back wrapped so we can just give them to the parents ready to go under the tree. And we do ask that they focus on clothing. It's a clothing-based program. Obviously, everybody wants to buy a kid a toy, and we understand that. But we do ask that they focus on the clothing aspect of it when they're out buying for the children.
Now, you said this is 33 years.
33rd year, yeah.
That's impressive.
Absolutely. I dug up a couple statistics. Over the last 5 years, we've helped an average of 80 families a year, encompassing 212 children. So it's growing every year, and we're really happy about that.
Great.
We definitely feel like we can make an impact with over 200 children in the school district every year receiving gifts.
Now, looking over the material I was given before we recorded, there is a number of deadlines, but the only people who have to worry about all of them is you.
Exactly.
Everyone else doesn't have all of them.
Yes.
Now, two things have already passed. One, you can still put your name to put a child's name on the tree.
Absolutely, yes.
And when does that stop?
So the families can come in through November 22nd. So that is the last Friday before Thanksgiving. So it's the 1st of November through the last day, that Friday. I believe it's the 22nd this year, that families can sign up. And then that following week, we're going to have our big wave of shoppers for Black Friday that take the children. And then all of the gifts are due back the last Thursday in December.
Now, another thing, people can take names off of the tree now also.
Absolutely. Yep. The tree is up. The tree went up on Tuesday, November 12th. So it's there. It's active. I just put 20 more names on it this morning. So anyone's welcome to come on down and get a child or children.
When is the last time that someone can take the name off the tree?
Well, we have the gifts due back by December 5th. So I always hope to have the children taken by, that first week, the beginning of December. But I mean, people can take names as long as we have them. Absolutely.
Now, one of the things that concerned me the last time you were here is what if no one takes the name off the tree? What happens then?
Oh, I have people reach out to me throughout all of Giving Tree season, letting me know, hey, call me this year if you end up in that situation. So there's local churches, there's local nonprofit groups. I have a list already of 3 people that have called and said, hey, if you're in a pinch, give us a call. So I always have people on backup, and I had to use some of them last year, actually, for the first time. So yeah, there's great nonprofits around here. There's just great people in this town, and they've already called to let me know. I don't know that we've ever had to call a family and say, hey, your children don't have any gifts. I do know in the past 5 years we have not had to do that.
Well, that's
So
good.
there's plenty of giving around.
Now, you've been involved yourself, the 5 years then?
Yes, I've been involved for 5. This is my 4th year as the coordinator. Yeah, yeah.
I imagine it's one of the fun parts of your job.
It absolutely is. Yes, it's not an all year round job, but I do enjoy it this last 6 or 8 weeks of the year, being able to finish up the year giving and running a program that helps so many people locally.
Now, if people have questions, whether or not nominating their child or a child they're aware of, or taking a ticket off or a tag off the tree, who do they contact?
Me. So we do have a Giving Tree line that rings directly to my desk at the City Hall building. It's 513-228-3735. And then I also have an email address, givingtree@lebanonohio.gov. And I, get those phone calls and get those emails. I'm happy to answer any questions. All of that information is in this month's Lebanon Life newsletter, the phone number and the email address if anyone needed to get in touch with me.
Now, where again is the tree?
It's at the city building, the town hall building, located at 50 South Broadway, which is right across the street from the Golden Lamb, on the main floor as soon as you walk in the main door.
Fantastic. Now, is there anything else we should tell our viewers about the Giving Tree program?
I think we've covered all of it. You asked great questions. For anyone watching that's participated, I'd like to send a big thank you out. It's a wonderful program, and we couldn't do it without the support of the community.
Well, thanks so very much for being on the show again, Samantha.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, John. Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Happy holidays.
The Giving Tree program, what a great Christmas gift to the community. Be involved. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The biggest thing in this community at Christmas time is the Lebanon Horse-Drawn Carriage Parade. And they're celebrating their 35th anniversary of having the parade. And we have as our guest Janice Baker, the Executive Director of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce, and Eric Farrell from Ultrafiber. And now, Eric, you're here because you are Ultrafiber is presenting the Carriage Parade this year.
Yeah, and we're so excited to be a part of it. Kind of our ethos, who we are as a company, is to be very community-centric. There's a lot of internet service providers that you may choose to go with, but I think our differentiator is that we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to be here in the community. We're going to support the important things that are important to the community. And when you think of Lebanon holiday time, you don't think of anything other than the horse-drawn carriage parade and festival.
Yeah. Now, I think were you a presenter last year too? I know you were a sponsor last year.
Yep, this is a couple years, years running, and
fantastic.
Maybe one of these days, Janice will let me ride one of the horses.
Yeah,
Well, I think that qualifies.
right. And he is our model, so he's modeling our beanies that we're selling that are a part of the parade this year. So they have the carriage on it, and we're so excited to have him here with us, and he'll be also at the parade to start the parade at 1:00. So we'll be able to see him again.
Now, when is the parade, Janice?
The parades, we have 2 of them. One starts at 1, one starts at 7. The festival that is around the parade starts at 10 a.m. and goes until 8 p.m.
And what day is that now?
And that is it's always on the first Saturday in December. We bring in the holiday season in December, and it's the 7th this year.
Now, how many horse-drawn carriages are you going to have?
We have right now over 60, so that's an important number for us. We also, the carriages either can participate in the 1:00 parade or the 7:00 parade. So that's where that number gets crossed when you actually see the parade.
Can they be in both?
Yes, they can be in both.
Oh, fantastic.
And for this year, I'm so excited to have the new polling. We're doing a People's Choice Award. So you can actually go online and vote the carriage number for your favorite carriage that you have out there.
And what happens if they win the People's Choice?
The Horsepower Award is a trophy and a gift certificate, and it's from the Lebanon Ford is actually providing that for us.
Oh, that's neat. That is really neat. Now, where do all the horses come from? Are they some out of state?
Yes, they're in as far as Indianapolis. We have a couple coming from there. We go up to northern Ohio, and during the summer, I get to go to all the horse shows and visit and talk to horsemen, and that's what I do all summer at fairgrounds, at the World Equestrian Center, at all the draft shows. So I get to walk around, see the horses the whole time. So that's the reason that I do so well at the parade, is being able to go to those shows and talk to people and ask them to come.
Now, do you have certain carriages that come back every year?
Yes, we do. We have Charlie Poppy is a very popular carriage person in the area. He's part of the Carriage Association out of Lexington. So he comes every single year, and then we have repeats every year that come back. So I would say actually probably 50% of them are repeats that come back.
Now, it's the biggest festival. Lebanon has turned into sort of like a festival city. But this is the festival.
Yes.
Now, I think not only is it the largest as far as people coming, and what kind of crowds do you expect?
Well, last year the crowd was 30,000 people. So that number was given to me by the city. So this year I hope it's larger. We're doing some advertising. We're adding some elements. We've added different sponsors that are coming in with their people. So Miami Valley Gaming has been a part. Conger's been a part. Man is also the company. Man has been a part in supplying volunteers. So there's a lot of companies. Blue Hippo, for instance, they send over their teams to help us with the parade. So we get a lot of participation in the community, and that's what we need.
Now, a lot of people may not know that Man, located in Lebanon, is one of the largest producers of flavors and fragrances in the world.
Yep.
And they're right here in Lebanon.
Right.
Excuse me. Now, not only, I think we also take up the biggest amount of space of any festival.
Right.
What area will be covered by the festival?
Well, in Bicentennial Park, we'll bring all the craft vendors and food vendors all the way into the park and down to Cherry Street. And in the park, naturally, is Santa Claus will be there. You might see Grinch every now and then. And we're bringing in the mini cows, the Highland cows. So they're very popular with adults and children. And they're the little small ones. So they're coming in this year, too. So there'll be a feature.
I saw that, and I am not familiar with mini cows. I don't think I've ever seen a mini cow.
Yeah, and they have, they're little furry things, and they do have horns. They'll be sawed off, but they're, they're probably like, this high, Great Dane size.
Now, is Broadway blocked off?
Broadway is blocked off, yes.
From Main to Silver?
Yep.
Okay.
And so then those are reserved box seating. So our sponsors will have seating there. And then you can purchase an actual box seat so that you have a place to view the parade that is like your personal space that fits about 10 people. So,
now, you those are rented, or those are?
Yes, those are rented.
And for what block area will that be? Silver to
Mulberry.
Mulberry, okay.
Yeah. And on both sides of the street. That's where the widest point is. Safety is our biggest concern with horses and carriages. So if you keep going on, you know how there's a block in there where you can cross the street and that kind of thing. So there's a built up place. So we need to make sure that the horses have enough room, and that if they choose to, some of them will circle. We'll do a circle in front of the stage, and that's a huge deal. Try to get horses to turn in a circle and not tip your carriage, first of all. And that's a talent. So figure eights and those kind of things are a big talent, and the crowd should be thrilled to be able to see the talent of the drivers.
Now, where is the stage?
The stage is at the intersection of Broadway and Mulberry.
Okay.
So straight, you can't miss it if you come through down Mulberry.
I was mentioning it's the biggest festival. I recall 10, 15 years ago when Martha Stewart had a daily show. that she had a film crew here in Lebanon.
Yes.
And she showed some scenes from our Carriage parade.
Yes, she did, because she brought her team in it. So a lot of the celebrities have teams that they nurture and represent. So yeah, her carriage was in several years ago.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for those carriages too. This year we're adding the Butler County Mounted Patrol. The police department has offered to come in and lead our parade in and bring the flags. So that we're really thrilled that they would come in.
Oh, that's
that's
great.
horse and rider. So that'll be the first time that you'll see the horse and rider kind of thing to represent the parade this year.
Now, besides the live entertainment on the stage, you have several different performers?
I do, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is bringing the Air Force Band. So they'll be they'll be in uniform, and I'm thrilled to have them. They're going to be performing at 2:30, and then we have acts all on the stage all day long. So dancers and singers and that kind of thing. But the band would be our feature. Jessie Lynn Fisher will be there in the evening. So we keep that stage pretty hot if there's no announcers on there. So
now, there's also going to be multiple booths of gifts and crafts.
Yep.
And where will they be located?
They'll be all up and down the streets in Bicentennial Park in the little parking area. There's 75 vendors, all kinds of food vendors, all kind of craft vendors. If you want to start your Christmas shopping early, I don't know if that's early or not though. Is that early? Is December 7th early? But they'll be ready to go and at 10 a.m. on that morning.
Along with your hometown internet service provider, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so you can take a look at your internet needs while you're shopping for your special loved one with your arts and crafts.
Oh, that's neat. That's great.
We'll be out there too.
Now, also the food vendors and also some of the local restaurants are getting involved with holiday meals and that sort of thing.
Right.
How many different food vendors do you know?
There's probably 10, 15 food vendors. Not a lot because we have our own restaurants that are there all the time, some really good restaurants. But we need to supplement because of the crowds to make sure everybody's full and happy.
Now, what's the route of the parade?
The parade goes down Broadway. In the first, they turn at Main Street, right by the courthouse, and then they take a right at Cherry, and then go down Warren and back to the staging area. The staging area is at Berry School, and the bus garage behind there. So we try to keep visitors away from that staging area because there is, some kind of risk with animals there and people walking behind and that kind of thing. But you're welcome to stay out of that area into the parade route to enjoy the parade and the horses.
Now, most people, and I don't blame them, want to be on Broadway and Main.
Right.
But if they go to one of the Cherry Street or Warren Street, their view will be probably better than most people on Broadway and Main.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I brought in some music, some wireless speakers and things like that. So there'll be music all the way around the parade, which hadn't happened in the past years. It was kind of quiet on that back end. So we are going to bring our Christmas music to complete the parade and give it a more festive appearance on the back end of it.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, is there anything else we should tell the viewers about the parade?
Well, we are involving the Queen of the Renaissance Festival. She might be there as a rider. I might have to add Eric, so we'll have to.
That may be worth coming out just to see me
in the parade. Well, of course, Santa and Mrs. Santa Claus are there.
Oh, yeah.
The mayor will be, in his carriage and waving. So we try to involve as many people as we can in the community because it's a big deal. This is a big deal, and horses are a big part of Lebanon. Lebanon loves the horsemen, the horse industries. So we need to keep the parade thriving and involved in involving every community member.
I remember reading a few years ago that Warren County is one of the leading counties in the state as far as horse involvement and breeding and
Right.
what have you.
Yep, that's a lot. And then Ohio has 300,000 horses in it, and that's behind. Ohio is behind Florida, California, Oklahoma, and naturally Kentucky.
Yeah.
So we have a very high population of horses in Ohio.
Now, Eric, the Ultra Fiber has been involved with this, and you mentioned the booth there. Do you encourage employees to come to the parade here?
Yes, we do. You know, like I had started, if it's important to the community, we want to be a part of it. And that's not just showing up and maybe saying a couple of words at the beginning or having a booth, but encouraging all of our employees and our surrounding networks to be a part of this. Like I said, if it's important to the community, it's going to be important to us. That is our responsibility to the communities that we serve.
Well, thank you, and thank Ultra Fiber for being a presenter of this great showcase of Lebanon and Warren County's horse-drawn carriage parade.
It is our privilege.
Well, Janice, thanks for being here again.
Well, thank you, and happy holidays.
And same to you. The Carriage Parade, it's what Lebanon is known for. 35 years, over a third of a century, people have been coming to see this fantastic parade. Well, you take care, and I'll see you around town.